Hey! Hi, how you doing? This is Ryan, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. So I finally finished and uploaded my top 10 favorite video games of 2019 video. It only took me over a year. I want to thank everyone again so much for the positive reception the video has been receiving so far. I'm glad you guys are really liking the video. The views are leaving a little something to be desired, but hey, that's expected, given the YouTube algorithm and the fact I didn't upload a proper video for months. How does that meme go? Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. But now I am going to stick to a regular video schedule, at the bare minimum, one video a week, starting now. So let's kick this off by answering a question many of you have been asking me since I uploaded my top 10 of 2019. In 2021, will there be a top 10 favorite games of 2020 video? No, absolutely not. Two reasons for that. Number one, I'm not doing another top 10 for a while now, ladies and gentlemen. The last one kicked my ass. It was too much work, it took too long, and cost me way too much money to be worth it. I'm not saying that I will never do another top 10 video ever again, but if I ever do, I need to completely rethink the recording and editing process. My way of doing things is simply too inefficient for that kind of video. And now reason number two, I simply didn't play enough 2020 video games. The only 2020 games I played, not including early access, are Fall Guys, Godfall, and Doom Eternal. But if we do include early access, there's also Phasmophobia and Second Extinction. I missed out on so many video games that released in 2020 because I was so busy replaying all the games from 2019. Don't get me wrong, I still intend to play and make videos on a bunch of 2020 games, including Chronos, Before the Ashes, Risk of Rain 2, Deep Rock Galactic, Drake Hollow, Serious Sam 4, Disintegration, Mortal Shell, Maneater, Iron Harvest, and Watch Dogs Legion. Some of these games you may have already seen me make videos on or have heard me talk about. So believe me, I'm going to make it a mission in my free time in 2021 to catch up on all the great games I missed in 2020. But there will still be no top 10 or even top 5 favorite games of 2020. Besides, you all know what number one would be. It would be Doom Eternal. You all know my favorite game of 2020 is Doom Eternal. Like, without a doubt, there's no question. Like, what's the point of even making the video? You guys already know what my number one is. However, if I were to give a quick summary of the very few 2020 video games that I actually played, it would go as follows. Fall Guys. Absolutely spectacular game. One of the best multiplayer games I've ever played. It's so simple and straightforward, easy to understand and control. Anyone of any demographic, any age group can pick up and play and enjoy Fall Guys. I really appreciate the beauty of the simplicity, the authenticity, and the accessibility of Fall Guys. And the game's art style, aesthetic, its visuals, it's just so charming. But what I love most about Fall Guys is how it's just a great game to play in co-op with your friends. It's such a great party game, an absolute must play with friends. However, the game is not perfect though. I do have a few criticisms. Number one, no single player offline content. I think that's a big no-no and that should be added as soon as possible. And number two, no private lobbies or private servers. Again, I believe that these are features, this is content that should be added to the game ASAP. The fact that people can't create their own private tournaments or host games to play with huge groups of their friends or community members if you're a content creator. Frankly, I'm a bit shocked that's not in the game yet. So yeah, Fall Guys, great game, love it, highly recommend it. Need single player and private lobbies as soon as possible. Up next, Godfall. Looking at the game objectively, it's an average, mediocre video game. Personally, I really like it. I really enjoy playing Godfall. I can see and acknowledge it absolutely has flaws, especially when it comes to the game's plot and storytelling and writing. It's just so lazy. Like, Counterplay Games, that's the developers, why'd you even bother with a story campaign? You obviously didn't care when it came to the plot and writing, so why bother? It's a shame too, because whoever they got to write the lore and backstory for the game, they did a good job. I wouldn't mind seeing more of this epic fantasy world, just being presented in a better story. But when it comes to the actual video game itself, Godfall, first off, this goes without saying, game is absolutely stunning. absolutely gorgeous graphics, and I love the aesthetic. The character designs are so awesome, they're so badass. The environments are just jaw-droppingly gorgeous and so jam-packed full of color. But the primary reason I like and enjoy Godfall so much is the combat gameplay. I find the third-person hack-and-slash melee combat in this game to be quite satisfying. The right amount of visual spectacle, tactical ability and resource management requirements, and indulgent player power fantasy. Also, as a looter game, as an RPG, loot and gear focused game, it succeeds. It just simply succeeds. We're so many looter games. Games focused around grinding for loot get the loot wrong. Godfall has a simple, straightforward loot progression system. There's no bullshit. The loot genuinely looks cool and genuinely affects how you play the game. I like Godfall. Could it be a much better game? Yes, absolutely. But I still enjoy playing it regardless. Now last, but certainly not least, Doom Eternal. You guys and girls know I fucking love this game. One of the best first-person shooters, one of the best video games I've ever played. The graphics and visuals, perfect. The sound design and especially the music, perfect. The story, deceptively simple, but hiding within such deep lore and world building, exposing it to be an epic ballad. And then there's the gameplay. Oh, sweet baby Jesus, the gameplay. It's hard. It's genuinely hard going back to Doom 2016 after playing Doom Eternal. The double dashing, the super shotgun with a grappling hook, the shoulder-mounted grenade launcher flamethrower combo. The game can either be enjoyed as a run and gun, turn off your brain power fantasy shooter, or as a balls to the wall, challenging tactical thinking man's shooter. And it's so much goddamn fun. It's so enjoyable. It's so satisfying. Playing Doom Eternal is some of the most fun I've ever had playing a video game. The same feelings I had when I played Doom 2016 for the first time back in 2016. I'm still debating with myself which of the new Doom games I love more, which one is truly my favorite first-person shooter, my favorite video game of all time. I love them both so much, but I'd be lying if I didn't say I really like a lot of the changes and improvements when it comes to gameplay in Doom Eternal. Anyways, regardless, it doesn't matter if I played every video game that came out in 2020, Doom Eternal would still be my game of the year 2020, hands down, no questions asked. I fucking love the game, I fucking love Doom Eternal. Oh. And now that I'm free of making my top 10 favorite games of 2019, I can finally make a proper review analysis or whatever. I can make as many videos as I want on Doom Eternal now. Expect a Doom Eternal video sometime in the near future. Speaking of future videos and just content in general, you can expect a variety of commentaries, reviews, analysis, what have you, starring myself and my friends. I'd like to get my friends and fellow content creators more involved with my videos and just promote them more often than I already do. You can hopefully expect more interviews with voice actors and actresses, if and when I can get them. More live streams. Live streams are back on the menu, boys and girls, for both fun and fundraising those in need. Speaking of fundraising and charity, thank you, all of you, again, so much. The generosity of the remarkably kind folks who follow and support my work and that of my friends. You guys are the real MVPs. All of you are so generous and selfless and make me feel like every day I'm not doing enough to thank you all for all you've done for me and my friends. Just thank you so much, and I hope one day I can repay all of you fucking wonderful people. Anyways, that's been a video. Thank you for watching. If you like the video in any way, shape, or form, please be sure to hit the like button. If you want to help out and support the video, then please share it on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Reddit. Please leave a comment in the comment section down below. I love reading comments, get nearly enough comments. Please leave a comment. Lastly, if you want to help out and support me directly, there are links to my Patreon and my Ko-Fi in the description down below. Anyways, once again, that's been a video, and I'll see you all later.